Welcome to the Grind to Greatness podcast, where we dive deep into the world of relentless determination, hard work, and unwavering dedication to help you unlock your full potential. We're your hosts, Jonathan and Joseph, and your mentors along this journey to greatness. Each week, we'll bring you inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical tips where we've turned our dreams into reality through sheer grit and resilience. Whether you're looking to excel in your career, improve your health and well-being, or simply level up in life, this podcast is your go-to source for strategies, motivation, and the mindset needed to achieve personal excellence. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Grind to Greatness. This episode is brought to you by Facts Over Fads Nutrition. Stop chasing quick fixes that don't work and don't last, and start getting real, sustainable results and habits with Facts Over Fads Nutrition. Our coaches assess your needs from calories to macros, considering your health, allergies, and preferences. We build your programs based on your unique requirements that continuously get better as you grow with us and as you grow with your coach. Get customized meal plans, workouts, and coaching for real success. Enjoy a user-friendly app, 24/7 communication with your coach, and a one-stop shop to log all of your nutrition, workouts, and progress with Facts Over Fads. Let's optimize your health today. Head to factsoverfads.com to get signed up. Jonathan.
What up, homie? How you doing?
Welcome back for another episode, my guy.
I know, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you're still kicking. Pretty sure you'd be burnt out by now.
Nah. Ready to go, my man. When you asked me, are we still ready for our Sunday podcast? I'm like, bro, if you're in town, it should be automatic.
Let's go. Yeah, we haven't seen each other in about 3 weeks. I think 1 week I was in San Antonio for a guest speaking gig, and then 2 weeks I was on vacation. And you know what's funny, and that kind of can lead us into our topic for today, but the ability to pick up like right where you left off. Mm-hmm. Like no if, ands, or buts. No, well, what about like next week, or just I need a little bit more time, or yada yada yada. It's as soon as you get back, as soon as you're willing and able and capable, like you just like pick up right where you left off. And I think so many people don't do that, or they talk themselves out of it, or they choose a lesser route because it's going to be hard or whatever. They minimize, the effort it takes for them to get back on track.
That's due to a lot of people just not having a routine, right? A lot of people don't have routines of doing the extra work. Everyone has a routine of doing the normal day-to-day work, right?
Yeah.
But do they have the routine that's going to move their life forward, that's going to progress them forward, that they can see progress, right? Because when you have that, it's easier to get back on track, jump back into your system because you know it works. You have confidence in your routine. A lot of people don't have confidence in the routine because they're not seeing progress, which is why would they want to go back to the routine right? They're just spinning the wheels. They have no confidence in their routine.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to the girlfriend, Christy, because last night we had a cheat meal. We had burgers and stuff. And she was like, we just randomly talking to me at dinner. She's like, I don't feel bad about my cheat meal. And I was like, that was random, but why? She's like, because I've been crushing it for like 2 weeks. She's like, I haven't missed a macro, I haven't missed a meal, I haven't missed a workout in 2 weeks. So I don't feel bad. This burger, I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of it. And it doesn't even bother me because I know tomorrow I'm right back to the grind. This burger is not going to make me want to eat worse tomorrow, or you get in that slippery mindset of, well, I fucked up yesterday, so I might as well fuck up today, or I had this cookie, so I might as well ruin the rest of the day. And I was like, it's a crazy mind. I never think about it because I don't ever put my emotions into anything, which we just talked about. But for her to recognize, one, that she's been crushing it for weeks and for months because she's 18 pounds down. Yeah. She's never missed a workout. She's stronger than ever. And she knows that one hiccup, one cheat meal isn't going to ruin the very next day. And today's Sunday. A lot of people take Sundays off. A lot of people. Not her.
That's good. Yeah. That's a sign of, you can smell it. She's starting to separate, right? Yeah. You can smell it. When you have that mindset of understanding one meal is not going to make you healthy. Yeah. One day out of 365 days, even if she fucked up the entire day, right? Yeah. That's having a macro mindset of understanding how to win. You don't win in short term. You win over a long period of time. And so if you look at this tiny little thing, just one bad meal, but even if it was a one bad day, it would distraught a lot of people.
Yeah.
One bad day, take it into 365 days,
Yeah.
that's not that bad, right? And so that helps you stay mentally in the game. Makes sense?
I always do that with clients who have like a busy schedule. Like, oh, like maybe they do have to travel. Maybe they have this event. Maybe they have this weekend outing. Maybe they have this blah, blah. And say, okay, let's look at the next 90 days. Let's just take it like 3 months blocks at a time. And in the next 3 months, how many days, including travel days, because sometimes those are rough, how many days are you going to be off track? And in the next 90 days, you're gonna have 10 bad days. That's like 3 or 4 weekends in a row, right? Let's just say you're gonna have 10 bad days. I'm like, so you telling me that you wanna quit, give up, get frustrated because of 10 bad days in the next 90? Like you have 80 opportunities to be successful.
Or even they know they're going to have all these 10, right? They think it's going to mess up all their gains. So why start now? Let me wait till I come back from this, right? Yeah. Well, life doesn't work like that because you're always going to have things pop up. You don't wait. You go into it learning how to get better in that system. So in the next 90 days and you have a same or even worse schedule, you've already proven to yourself that you can still commit and still execute. But it's that process of just starting and not sitting on your hands and just doing it anyways.
Yeah, and if you go into that with that mindset, you're also going to jump out of it because of that same mindset. Well, I got to quit because this is coming up, or I just got to stop now because, life is about to get chaotic. And so if you don't learn how to be successful, build your routine, stay with your routine in the storm, like you'll never be successful. You might as well never start.
Yeah. Don't waste your time because the holidays are going to come and you're probably going to quit.
And then a birthday's going to come, you're going to quit again. And then the New Year's going to come, you're going to quit again. Yeah. And then there's always, if you're looking for a reason to quit, there's always going to be a reason, right? And we were talking about it with me being out of town for 2 weeks, coming home was rough. I was super weak, dehydrated, drank too much alcohol, right? And I was like, this is going to fucking suck. But I worked out every single day this week. Like I didn't miss a single day. First week back, Monday hit the ground running. Blessed that I have a girl who meal prepped for me. So like all my meals were prepped when I came home, stacked up in the fridge, groceries were shopped. And it made my life way fucking easier. But again, I was like, I have to start working out and I have to start drinking a shit ton of water. Because again, while I was gone, I was doing neither of those things. And it fucking sucks. And so if I was looking for a reason to quit, I had like 30. Yeah. Like fucking between weak, cramping, not recovering, tired, sore, achy, stomach issues, like the list could go on and on for reasons for me to quit. And I think it's tough because I think a lot of people, they'll never experience how good success feels because they're not willing to like push through those moments or overcome those excuses.
Yeah, because those habits feel hard and they feel like they're not moving you forward. But when you push through and learn how to work through the storm, you build confidence in those habits. Now, you used to not want to do them, but now you do because you can see the benefit. You actually felt the benefit. Yeah. The early stages are the hardest. You don't know what it feels like to benefit from these things because you've always quit along the process. And the process always takes 3 to 4 times longer than what you think, but you just never made it that far. Yeah. But if you had, you get to taste the sweet smell and the sweet taste of progress. And then now you're gonna be addicted to working out. Now you're gonna be addicted to doing the work. Now you're gonna be addicted to waking up early. But at the very beginning of stages, there is no proof that this actually works for you. So you're not going to wanna do them.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. It's like looking for the proof and it's not there. And like, again, who's our guy that I always quote? No.
Oh, okay.
God, was it Simon Sinek? And he's like, you go to the gym and you go home and look in the mirror and nothing changes. And you go to the gym again and you go home and you look in the mirror and nothing changes. And he's like, we don't know when that change is gonna happen. It might be 90 days, it might be 2 years. We don't know. Yeah. But one day you're gonna look up and something's gonna be different from your workouts, right? And I think with your routine in general, and that's like the whole purpose of like, why do I need to drink this water right now? Like, what does it matter if I miss? Why do I gotta hit my protein goal? What does it matter if I miss? Why do I gotta go work out? What does it matter if I miss? Why do I gotta get good sleep? What does it matter if I miss? And we don't know, right? Like, I don't know. But But I just know that if you're more consistent than not, one day you're going to look up and you're going to be fucking amazed.
It's funny you say that. So I posted a picture of my 2 kids, jacked and shredded. Mm-hmm. Right? And 117, complete bodybuilder. His fucking legs are gigantic. And he's at that point where he's getting feathers. He just showed me yesterday. He's at that stage where he's like 1 to 2 weeks out for being like competition ready. So at that point, like you can see every little bit of progress. So he just literally showed me yesterday an ab vein.
Yeah.
I was like, when you get an ab vein, like, oh man, you're titter-tottering on that extreme level. So he was super hyped. But anyways, everyone knows about Jeremiah, my oldest. Mm-hmm. He has been just a fucking executor. He's been a little mini me ever since I can remember, right? He walks like me, he talks like me, he moves like me, right? And so expectation, yeah, that just seems like the expectation he's going to go down that path of just being a high-performing dude. But my middle child, Braden, he's the exact opposite of me. He's just like his mom. Nonchalant, bro. Just chill, relax, smooth, calm. He's like you when it comes to mindset. He's a 4 to 6 of terms of emotion. Nothing really bothers him too much. Nothing really excites him too much, right? But he just fucking moves, right? And so he's also in the culture that I built. We all have the standards. We eat well. We work out every day, and we read, right? So faith. We also faith. So the big 3 for me is every day you got to pray, you got to work out, and you got to read. You got to do those 3 to kind of like maintain just overall well-being. You got to be grounded, you got to move your body, and you got to feed your mind, all right? And so he's been in the process, but his intensity is very low. Like we see this food workout all the time. It's like, is he even doing anything, right? And me and Jeremiah was all like, he hasn't added weight in forever. Like, what's this? Like, he's wasting his time. Well, there's one thing that he does have. He's fucking consistent.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, like recently, this past month, out of nowhere, he takes his shirt off and he has abs. And I look at him and I look at my son, Jeremiah, we're just like stunned. Like, what's going on here? And it's all the days of not missing it, just showing up and not even giving it like max effort intensity, but just from years of being in this system, this dude's rocking a body that looks like he's like super fucking committed, and he's not. He just does the does. Yeah. He just does the do. And over time, that shit just stacked to the point where now he's winning, but you didn't see. You didn't see how long that, if he would have like really was like Jeremiah, my oldest, and like, I'm gonna count every macro. I'm gonna make sure I progressively overload. I'm going to wake up early and do my cardio. No, he's winning because he just lasted long. It took him longer, but he just lasted longer. Yeah. He just hasn't let go. And that you can win that way.
For sure.
100%.
And I think that's a super helpful tip to our listeners of like, because I think there's 2 ways to do things. The one's the super OCD, the super intense, the super I'm going to be perfect. And then the other way is your middle son's way of I'm just going to show up. And whatever happens, happens. And I don't know if I'm going to have a good day or a bad day, but I just know that I'm going to do what I need to do, right?
They both work, bro.
They both work. One takes longer for sure, but you know what? Even like with his mentality, I bet he's he's probably less stressed and less.
Yeah, absolutely, less emotional, less stressed. My oldest is like me, high emotional, always stressed, pissed off, in pain. I didn't win the day, won the day. I didn't win the next 3 days. Damn, he's like head nod, like what's up, Dad?
Yeah.
I was like, you good? He's like. Yeah.
I love that, man. That's me in a nutshell. I don't give a fuck.
Both can win, right? Yeah. There is no perfect champion. Every champion has a different temper, right? Yeah. There is no perfect. The only thing that fucking matters is did you do the do?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, did you do the do?
That's so funny. Because I'm, like I said, like even with my goals, I'm like, fuck. I fucked up, or the scale didn't go, whatever. Like, gonna try again tomorrow. Like, I'm not very emotional about it. I'm not all like jumping ship. I'm not all like, I'm just very chill. And sometimes I have good workouts, and sometimes I have bad workouts. Yesterday was a shitty fucking workout. Don't really care. Got it done. Did my best. Try again tomorrow. And I think like, I always tell people like take the emotion away because we we are emotionally regulated so much that it'll snowball effect into a negative or a positive. But in today's world, it's mostly negative. So when you have like a bad emotional day, we make bad nutritional decisions. We make bad fitness decisions. We make bad sleep decisions. We make bad conversational decisions with our loved ones. We make bad social media and Netflix decisions.
Yeah.
Like when you feel some type of way, it's almost like you want other shit to make you feel worse. You're like, I had a bad day, so I'm gonna pick a fight with my spouse.
You start stacking problems.
Yeah.
Right?
I had a bad day, so I'm gonna miss this workout. And I'm like, what the fuck did that do? But the opposite is also sometimes true of when we had this conversation with our clients at Facts Over Fads the other day of, I lost 10 pounds, so I deserve a cheat meal.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait a second. Like, why would you reward something positive with something negative? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, and then people ask, well, then what do I reward myself with? And I'm like, another 10 pounds.
Doing the work, the progress. You reward yourself with progress.
That is the reward, right? Like you lost 10 pounds, fucking congratulations.
Yeah.
And then like when people want something, it sucks because I'm like, you're not a child.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to reward you for 10 pounds down.
You want a t-shirt?
Yeah, like what do you like? Is that gonna make you feel better? Like I'm just so confused. And then people call me an asshole because they're like, well, you're not even proud of me. And I'm like, no, you mistake like me not being proud of you for me just like wanting you to keep going and not create this negative relationship with your progress of again, I'm 10 pounds down, so I deserve a donut or pizza or what. Like that is a negative relationship. I'm not saying you can't have donuts or pizza. I'm just saying don't build this connection between positivity being rewarded with negativity.
Yeah.
Right? That's like saying like your kids come home with good grades and you want to ground them. Like that doesn't make any sense. You're rewarding a positive with a negative. And so the reward is the good grades. Yeah. The reward is, hey, awesome job. Do it again next semester or next block, right? Whatever the case may be. And so I am very cautious of the emotional connection between journeys. And again, so I also always tell people, what is you being mad at your job? Because I work with a lot of teachers. Mm-hmm. What does you being mad at your job have anything to do with the food you put in your mouth? Why is that connection there? What does it truly help you feel better? Like, tell me honestly.
I can tell you because I'm addicted to. I have a fat boy inside me, and I'm addicted to sweets. In that moment of that 30 seconds to 1 minute, I'm fucking slamming this nice fucking fruit pie and bread with icing on top. Like right now.
Very specific, bro.
Oh yeah, because you know what I'm thinking about right now. Here's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about HEB, the banana half loaf, the half cake with icing on top, the bread. And I'm thinking about just slicing it with my knife and how smooth and buttery it is, and then picking it up and it's crumbling in my mouth, and I eat the top first. And in that 30 seconds, that 1 minute, it's just a sense of orgasmic, whatever word. I'm like, I'm busting all kinds of craziness in my mouth.
That's
from
so
this
weird,
30 seconds to 1 minute. It's so joyful. Of course, I'm gonna get the mindset of like that dopamine so strong, I get another slice. Yeah. But I know if I get another slice, I know this one, I will feel that carb load effect. I'll feel it in my cheeks. I'll feel lethargic, but I fucking do it anyways.
That's so crazy.
And then you feel like shit. Like, okay, then you go down the spot. But I'm gonna tell you, and some people have like a higher attraction to it.
Yeah.
And I do, man. So I know if I need to be disciplined, we're not buying any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like if I'm on a mission, like, hey, if I need to do X, Y, and Z, this is my goal. If I'm gonna start cutting or whatever the case may be, like get the fuck away from me. I'm not the type anymore that I can just have one. Mm-hmm. All right, let's build a winning environment and let's not put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
All right.
That's so funny because I'm the opposite. I don't get any dopamine from any food. I like food, but I don't ever it doesn't. My mouth doesn't salivate and my dopamine isn't like, we had a burger last night and like I was just like, this burger pretty good, and Christy was like, this motherfucker's so good. It's good, oh my gosh. And this and the bacon and the egg, had an egg on the burger, and the bun was toasted and the fries were hand cut potatoes and they were extra crispy, and I was just like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not emotionally driven. It's very weird.
You can win on both sides of the token.
Oh, for sure.
So
no, yeah, I'm not saying
the person who is because What I don't want is anybody to listen or anybody to say, well, I'm very high emotional. I won't be successful because I always ride this emotional roller coaster. Or I don't want somebody to say, I'm very low tempered. Therefore, because it's that being low tempered, like my middle child, that has everything has this deficient, everything has its shit.
Yeah.
All right. So when you see somebody winning, that winning person also has a lot of shit, which is their advantage. And being very low tempered, like my son, that has a lot of shit that he has to learn how to take advantage of, which is you lack sense of urgency. All right. And so therefore, if I was to compete with you, I'm probably going to get there much quicker than you. Right. If there was a competition or whatever the case may be, I'm going to beat you because I lack high emotional sense of urgency. That means I'll let the pain of me, I might not fucking be alive tomorrow. I'm going to max out today. Like I can get very emotional, which is now a superpower.
Yeah.
But if I don't win, I can get very what's the opposite of emotional? I can get emotional again in a negative way. Right? And then that could be my Achilles heel. But then you can learn to leverage your disadvantages because now instead of going down a negative path of me losing, I can get very pained and triggered. And I told you, I learned how to press those buttons of getting emotionally pained and driven to take positive, massive action towards doing the thing. Right?
It's totally okay for you to be emotional. I just want people to be in control of their emotions. And I want people to be in control of the decisions they make when this emotional event happens. So for my super emotional people who normally emotionally eat, here's what, I want you to disconnect the food from the emotion. If you want the HEB half slice buttery cake that Jonathan eats, eat it. But don't eat it only when you're feeling some type of way.
Yeah,
right?
don't attach it to that
don't attach
circumstance.
it, right? If you want it, great, go get it. But if you're having a bad day, and now that you're having a bad day, the only way for you to feel better is through the cake.
That's a slippery slope.
You build this connection to where now every time you have a bad day,
it's a trigger.
You cake. Yep.
Totally understand that. See, when I choose the cake, I choose it because I planned it.
Right. So
it's very intentional. I'm driving to HEB. I'm going to have ice. So normally what happens is this is how I did it during my cut. Normally what happened was Friday night's pizza night and then dessert. But okay, so it's very intentionally planned. I'm going to skip breakfast. I'm going to have a protein shake during lunch or a salad, either or. And then I'll have 1,000 calories for dinner. It was very fucking intentional.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have it lingering in the house and I didn't win my day, and now I'm gonna walk into the kitchen. I'm disappointed, I'm upset, and I see it. If I make that choice to eat that there, then that will turn into a slippery slope of me going down a spiral of I ate 4 slices. Now I feel like I ate even bigger shit.
Well, that's what there's also 2 ways to approach that too. It's like, hey, if you bring, let's say, for this cake example, you've got the calories, so just save the calories, skip breakfast, have a protein shake for lunch, and now boom, you can crush X amount of calories for dinner to include this crazy dessert. You could do it one of 2 ways. You could make this huge sacrifice the day of and probably fit in that whole fucking cake and still be okay for your goals in terms of calories. Or you can make a smaller sacrifice during the day and you could have 1 or 2 slices a day for the next couple of days going forward. So depending on, because if you're a very extreme person, that works for you. You can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to starve myself all day today because tonight I know I'm going to binge. We do that when we go to buffets, when we go to Brazilian steakhouses. A lot of times I'll be I'm not going to eat all day. So when I get there, I'm going to fucking eat. Oh, I'm going to crush it, right? Yeah. Some people can't do that. They'll be so miserable starving themselves all day that they can't do it. And some people, when they even get there, when they get to the buffet, when they get to the thing, they can eat, but they don't eat that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of control.
Right?
That's a lot of control.
So some people, so it's different. So again, if you need to make small sacrifices now and then have small, I don't want to say negative, but small hiccups, I'm going to have 1 or 2 slices instead of the whole thing. Great, do that. If you can make a big sacrifice now and then have the whole fucking cake, great. You can also do it that way. It doesn't really matter because again, at the end of the day, again, it's routine, it's consistency, and it's how am I going to get back on track after this is said and done.
It's systems. It's go back into your routine, like you just said. It's the next day. What you do the next day matters the most.
For sure. So our topic today is the sacrifices no one sees and what it really takes to build a better body, a better business, or a better brand. And then we have our starting quote, which is, everyone wants what discipline builds, but no one wants to do what discipline requires. And that fucking hit me hardcore. Because mostly we hear this like in the fitness world, mostly everyone says, oh, must be nice to have time to work out. Yeah. Must be nice to have those muscles. Must be nice to XYZ. I'm like, but you don't understand that when you go out and party, I'm at home. When you're eating out every day, I'm meal prepping. Like when you don't want to do XYZ, I'm doing XYZ. Mm-hmm. And so the discipline that lives in our world, or most of our worlds as like coaches or influencers or whatever the case may be, like, it's not fun. I don't know. I think it's fun, but I think there's this misconception that you can have it all. And I think that that's an unfair reality to think about.
No, it's not. So my next topic that I get weekly topics with my athletes, right? And my next one's already lined up. And it's you don't get trophies for being balanced. And being balanced is basically saying, I want it all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the world that we live in, because the world is average. Like, let's be fucking honest. The world is average. They have average income. They have average body fat percentage. They have average relationships that aren't exciting. 50% of fucking relationships go into divorces. Right. There's a lot of average going on. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so the world is screaming average. The world is screaming, I just need balance. Mm-hmm. Right? If I can just balance my relationship, balance my finances, balance my fitness, balance my faith. And I've never read a successful book or a person or an elite, anybody that is a top performer or world class, talk about how balanced they were. Never. It's never. Yeah. What you'll read or what you'll watch and what you see is an immense amount of sacrifice and pain that they chose to do that most people aren't willing to do. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand, you cannot be balanced. There is no such thing. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reframe that now while they're young.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're not going to have a great relationship if you're trying to fucking, conquer the world and become the elite, because that relationship is going to require what? You taking time to water it.
Yeah.
And if you have all these plants, you cannot water them all. They're going to be mediocre at all best, right? And they're not going to ever feel like you're winning. Yep. And your mind needs winning, or you're going to be depressed. You're going to be depressed that you're watering all these things that are not growing. Yep. It's like, oh, that's dying. Oh, that's dying. Oh, that's dying. Like, you're on the struggle bus when you're balanced. You're one step away from being in the negative. That's how I view balance. When you're balanced, you're just one problem from being in the fucking red in your life.
Yep.
Right. And so how do you become unbalanced is you have to fucking start realizing that you're never going to be balanced. And that is not the goal. The goal is to what? Is to win. The goal is to be on the other end. And what does that take? It takes sacrifice. It takes pain. It takes all the things that you are afraid of. Yep. That's how you win.
Yep. And I think like with this myth of balance is what they call it. I think we chase comfort. We try to figure out ways to make our life more comfortable. And I was thinking about my bed the other day, and I was like, I need a new mattress. I need a more comfortable mattress. And I was like, fuck. But if I'm already having a problem like waking up on time, and I'm already oversleeping, and I'm already snoozing, I'm already doing all these things, is a more comfortable mattress like really in my best interest? And so
it's not. I'm going through that right now. Yeah. My wife's a TikTok influencer, affiliate marketer. Yeah. We've got a new mattress. We got a new bed frame. We went from 2 pillows to fucking 6 pillows. Yeah. We got a mattress topper. It has been 100% harder to wake up in the morning.
Oh, I bet. It's so comfy.
And I'm like, fuck, our bed is comfortable. Yeah. It's so comfortable. Our kids never lay on our bed. I could find at least every single day one of the kids laying in our bed, just chilling. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, out of my bed, bro.
Fuck out of
But
my
that's,
bed.
and I told my wife, I had the conversation, I was like, I don't know if you like making this bed this comfortable was a great idea, because now I'm starting to snooze a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit longer. Oh,
Yeah.
1 more hour. So this morning,
comfortable.
3 a.m. goes off, 3 a.m. alarm. I get up because I have to walk into my bathroom to turn off the phone. And then I'm up, bro. I'm talking to myself. Oh, I'm up. I feel good, right? But then I was like, man, I did like 3 hours of basketball yesterday total. I was like, I should probably get another hour of sleep and get back into that bed.
You deserve it.
You know what I fucking did? I went right back into that bed. Got the 3 blankets back on Tommy. I got 1 pillow between my legs, 1 pillow I'm holding, and a pillow on my. It's never been comfortable. More comfortable. And I'm like, sheesh, this bed is crazy work. So now I have to build another level of discipline. That means it's gonna take a series of failures for me to probably feel enough pain to get some momentum to X, Y, and Z to be able to like, okay, it's a new normal. That comfort level is now the new normal. Let's go ahead and start waking up at 3 a.m. Jay. Figure that shit out, bro.
Yeah, there comes a time, like I think, so that's a good topic too, is like, it's comfortable right now. There's really nothing you can do about it, right? It will become the new normal, and then therefore you can kind of get back into the swing of things, right? In the beginning, you're like, oh shit, this is
new, bro. Like I'm talking about hugs you.
This is good, yeah. It'll become the new normal, and you'll be able to wake up. But again, like it might throw you off for some weeks.
It did.
You know? Yeah, that's rough. And so again, I think like, I was listening to David Goggins, and he says a lot of crazy shit. But one thing he said is, if you want to work with me as a coach, because I guess he does some one-on-one coaching for like celebrities and stuff. He says, I want to know the one thing that's like holding you back for your fitness journey or your health journey. And let's say it's alcohol. He's like, so if you come to me and you say, man, the thing that really, throws me off is alcohol. He says, cool, quit alcohol. You can no longer have alcohol. And if you give me any sort of hiccup, I will not work with you. He says, you have to be willing to give up the biggest thing that is causing you pain, there is no balance. I'm not going to teach you how to incorporate alcohol in your journey. He goes, fuck that. Yeah. He goes, quit, give it up, stop. If you're not ready to do that, I will not work with you.
I like another version of that, complete opposite. And Alex and Rosie said this.
Fuck.
And it's a complete opposite, but it works just as well. Because it got me. When somebody gives you an excuse, like, man, I just don't have time. I got the kids, I got whatever. And he's like, okay, you don't have enough time. And he shuts up. He shuts up.
Listen to this.
And he shuts up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, just accept that you're never going to get it.
Yeah.
You're never going to have time.
Yeah.
Are we done here?
Are we done? Yeah, you're right.
And then it's like, right?
Yeah,
like
you just feel stupid.
You feel dumb.
You feel dumb.
And I was like, oh my God, bro. Anybody gives me an excuse, I'm like, okay, you're just not going to ever do it then.
Yeah, cool.
Just accept it now.
Good talk.
Let's not even coach. Let's stop the coaching right now. Like, you're not ever going to do it.
I love that.
And that pain, what that does, it puts so much pain into their heart immediately.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And I think about like, my journey trying to fuck. So I'm trying to get to 250. I got to 246 in the morning, and then I go on vacation. I came back 4 pounds lighter. Yeah. Right? Everyone's like, I go on vacation, I gained 10 pounds, and you lost 4 pounds. I'm like, look, when I'm eating 4,500 calories, that is effort.
Full-time job.
It is a full-time job.
Full-time job.
If I take my eyes off of my nutrition for a second, I fall short.
Yeah.
And so on vacation, I take my eyes off of nutrition. Obviously, I fall short. And I'm not working out, and I'm drinking a bunch of alcohol, and I'm not drinking water. So like I fall short every day. So I came back at 242. I actually came back, it was so funny, because I always tell people, hey, you have a little bit of inflammation, you have a little bit of flare up from like alcohol or whatever the case may be from vacation. Give yourself a day or two, that inflammation and that alcohol will fall off. So you'll probably lose some pounds when you come back. I came back at 244 Monday morning. By Wednesday morning, I was down to 242. I lost 2 more pounds on top of the 4 that I already lost. So again, I was like, motherfucker. When I got back on Monday and I was like, 4,500 calories. Tuesday, 4,500 calories. I'm doing my shit. I still lost 2 pounds because the fucking vacation shit was still falling off. Yeah. And like, I was pissed. And so getting at it, and I'm just like, And I was, talking, I was like, I can't eat anymore. Like I just can't eat anymore. And then I was listening to this influencer talking about the bulk, and everyone who's trying to bulk, they're like, gosh, I can't gain weight no matter what I do. And it was kind of the same thing. He was like, okay, are we done here? He was like, if that's your mindset, like,
you're never ever gonna do it.
I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to convince you otherwise. Yeah. He's like, cool, all right, we're done. You can't eat anymore? Cool, all right, you'll never hit your goal. And I was like, so I started thinking about that. I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, let me figure this out. Let me go back to the drawing board. How can I eat more food and not be more miserable? Yeah. So you start, and it's, again, for the last decade, I have evolved and revolved my life and my business to figure out nutrient-dense options, more food for less calories, the healthier things. And so me piecing together my 4,500 calories with like whole grain pasta and chicken breast.
It needs to go into the opposite world, bro. You completely
It's such
opposite.
a hard shift. It's such a hard shift to be like, I'm going to put butter on everything.
Yeah.
Because I've never bought butter. I've never bought butter my entire life. I've always had spray butter, or I've always had 0-calorie cooking spray. Buying butter was the weirdest thing for me. And now I'm trying to find I'm still trying to do it kind of healthy, because I'm like, what's a healthy nut that has a lot? Oh, pecans. Pecans have more fat and more calories per serving. I'm gonna go buy pecans. And then I look down the snack aisle with the donuts and the fucking candy. And I just can't even get myself to fucking walk down the aisle, bro. I stood at the end of the aisle and I was like, there's nothing down there that I fucking want. There's just nothing down there. And then, so now I have to go to the grocery store after this. I'm going to have to go down that fucking aisle.
I was about to say, success will always require you to do the thing that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And that candy, that sugar aisle,
Yep.
That's the aisle that is going to help with the high calories and the low filling.
Yep.
That means in order for you to not feel fucking disgusting about yourself because you're overfilled with high nutrient foods
with
that
fucking
dense,
oatmeal, granola, and pasta.
Those are dense, bro. I'm pretty sure your stomach's about to explode. You need Pop-Tart, 2 Pop-Tart, 400 calories. Boom.
Yeah.
And
Pop-Tart is a good one.
You eat 2, and you're on your face. I can eat 2 and be like, what did I do with the 2 I'm about to eat?
Yeah.
Because did somebody, kids, y'all take my 2 Pop? I already ate them.
Yeah.
Right? So I got 400 calories in without even knowing.
It's so hard. It's so hard. And that's pretty much the extent of my unhealthiness was butter, oil, honey. I started putting honey on my bagels and stuff. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this the dirtier way.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm gonna get there. I'm still gonna prioritize protein, so I'm still gonna have somewhere between 270 and 300 grams of protein, but the other stuff, it's gonna have to get a little
I'm
bit
surprised you haven't went down this path already. I thought you were already including these high calorie foods.
I also thought about higher fat protein options. How do I incorporate 80-20 ground beef, or at least 90-10? Because I've never bought anything fattier than 93.7.
Yeah.
And so, again, thinking bro, I don't know. It's fucking hard for me to be unhealthy.
Yeah.
It is very hard because, again, not only do I not think about it, I forget those things exist, but 2, when I'm staring down the snack aisle, I can't even get myself to walk down the aisle. I couldn't even go down it. I went down, I was like, man, maybe if I get some sweet beverages, I was gonna go get 0-calorie sparkling water. And I was like, let me go get some 0-calorie sparkling water, maybe help ease into this, and it tastes better. It might increase my cravings, so on and so forth. And I was like, bitch, just buy soda. I was like, buy fucking soda, my guy.
Cokes,
bro, so I bought real Sprite.
Oh, bro, that first drink's gonna bite your throat.
Yeah, I was like, idiot. It's 140 calories, 150 calories per Sprite.
You're talking my language over here,
bro.
now. I'm getting excited. I'm all trying to listen. You want a good bite of a Coke? One that's it bites you so good. Just ugh. Just go to McDonald's and get a Coke.
Go McDonald's Coke is on
their Cokes there, for whatever reason, it's so spicy.
Yeah.
And you take that first drink, and only fat people know about this shit. Right? So I used to be that fat dude,
I'm the same way, but with sweet tea. McDonald's sweet tea is delicious. It's all sugar.
You gotta go Chicken Express for the extra. I used to work at Chicken Express
for the sweet tea.
Oh no, what? Yeah, for the sweet tea.
For tea.
I used to work at Chicken Express, for 3 hours out of the day when I was trying to start CG. I needed like a spot in the middle.
Yeah.
And because I was already doing CG early in the morning.
That's a good idea.
Dude.
I'm going to go work at Chick-fil-A.
Bro, whatever. I mean, you got to find a gap.
Yeah.
And so I had to find a gap. CG in the morning. I was starting a sports performance camp for kids from to noon, and then I needed to from noon to 3. I needed hours. I needed money, bro, because in the evening I had to CG more. Yeah. And so like these weird fucking gaps I was trying to fill. And I told my friend, he was a franchise owner of Chicken Express.
Yeah.
And I told him the situation that I am. And he's all like, hey man, you can go work at Chicken Express. He's like, I got a bunch of fucking kids who don't know how to do shit, who are fucking terrible. I was like, you can go in and kind of like mentor them and, you know, you be fucking making chicken.
Oh yeah, bro.
When I worked there,
but the sweet tea,
I just realized how much sugar I had to fucking just drain in there. And I was like, and when I drink it every day.
Yeah.
The first week of me working there, I got so sick. I drank so much tea and ate so much fried chicken.
Yeah.
And I felt like garbage.
That's fun. You know what's funny is I tried to add in real Gatorade. I had like the Gatorade packets to add to the water bottles and stuff. And I was trying to add it in, and that made me sick. This was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so
too much of it.
A couple weeks ago, I was having like a Gatorade a day. And I was like, dude, I do not feel good. Like this does not make me feel good. So hopefully Sprite will make me feel a little bit different or better. But that's another part of like being scared to incorporate fucking Pop-Tarts. And I was thinking while you were talking Nutter Butters and like just candy in general. Like I'm scared because I might be fucking sick as fuck.
Well, here's the deal. We're talking about the pain and sacrifice of what it takes to win. What it's going to take for you to win, to hit your goal, is going to be the pain and sacrifice of being unhealthy. Yeah. That's a pain.
Yeah.
And if you aren't willing to do that pain, my guy, then change your goal.
And I try to think about it in a way that's like, okay, I'm adding this stuff in, but then once I get to my goal and then I get to cut, those are the first things that can go.
Yeah.
Right. So I can cut out this bad stuff. Because again, like I have no motivation to eat those things. Like I have some clients who I'm like, hey, you know what? And we try to do the balance way. We try to do hey, if I need to add a cookie to your meal plan, let me know what cookie you want. I'll add that cookie. Mm-hmm. And a lot of clients will say, they'll get excited. They're like, are you serious? You can do that for me? And I'm like, well, yeah, like I can just balance out the numbers and you'll be okay. But then the cookies are in the house.
Yeah.
And then you were supposed to have one, but you actually had 4. Yeah. And every time you got bored, you had another one and so on and so forth. And so it's like, we got to get out of the house. I'm not that way.
Well, you won't know until you try it.
For sure.
Right. So that's what people want to sit on their hands and they won't act.
Yeah.
And so the fastest thing to do is, all right, try to put the cookies in the house. Let's see if you're disciplined. Some people are. I've been in a season where I was able to be that disciplined. Then I went into a season where I was like, I can't fucking control myself.
Yeah.
All right, what is working right now? What is not working? Cool, make a new plan. Cookies aren't working. I'm overeating. Get them out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, new plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, iteration of failing is super important. One of the lessons I had with my kids yesterday, I was like, one of the most important things that I've learned, boys, is just fucking go and fail. Because you're not going to know if that plan works or this plan works. Because sitting in your hand and fucking looking and trying to analyze which one's going to work, you are losing because you're on your hands and you're not going. If you go to business school, if you go to a college and you go for business, you're sitting on your hands for 4 fucking years learning outdated information by somebody who's never actually grown a fucking business. Yeah. Or you could just go start a business and learn at the same time. Yeah. Which one would you rather do? Yes, you are gonna fuck shit up more often. You're gonna have to go through the feelings of eating your own shit and you're gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
But how fast you are going to learn.
Yeah.
And that has been my biggest advantage in my life is I don't have that educational piece or any of that or environment. What I've done was I just fucking go and I get my ass kicked.
Yep.
And then I realized, don't go down that path. Again.
Yeah.
Reiterate. Hey, we're right here. Oh yeah, this path is a little bit better. Cool, let's go.
So that failure piece for me is like the curiosity piece with business. So like when I first got into the entrepreneur world, I started with My PT Hub, and My PT Hub partnered with Stripe. And in the beginning, I was building everything in My PT Hub from a payment processing standpoint. And then I was like, what is this Stripe thing? What is? I was like, let me click some buttons. I was like, oh, let me click that button. Let me click that button. I fucking broke a bunch of shit. And then, but then I fixed it. Then I had to figure out how to fix it. Yeah. And so then I was like, oh, cool. If this breaks, here's how I fix it. And so I was driving here, listening to a podcast, and the guy said something about copiers. He goes, who cares if people are copying you? Because they're going to copy what you're doing thinking that it's going to work for them, and they don't know how to build it, and they don't know how to fix it when it breaks because all they did was copy you. Yeah. And he goes, so no matter who's trying to copy you, because I look into the coaching world today, and I swear every time I do something, I see another coach do the same thing couple days, couple weeks later.
I challenge you to copy because you're probably copying the bullshit version that I fucking up that I've already reiterated to a better plan. I know the fire you're about to go in. You're excited, you're happy, something's different, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, they were gonna hit that hole right there. Yeah. That's why I changed my business is ever evolving and ever growing. So if you're copying somebody, they already are revising the new plan because there's shit here. Yeah. And it's just a constant revision of plans.
And that's kind of another part of it was they didn't, even if they're copying the best version of you, they don't have the 20 versions it took for you to break to get to this final version. So they just think they can jump in at this final version, not knowing the pain it took to get there. Yeah. So the emotional attachment to this final version isn't there either. So again, when people post, this is why I hate when I see, not to pick on anybody, but this is why I hate to see ChatGPT posts, because I'm like, there's no emotion there. That was a ChatGPT prompt that you just copied and pasted. And a lot of coaches are doing it, and it's easy and it's quick and it will give you, it'll give you time and energy in that space. So if you struggle to put out content and this is a way to put out more content, I get it. But you can always tell the difference between your emotionally written post compared to a ChatGPT copy and pasted post. You can always tell the difference.
My strategy is I always type my shit out. And then I have her revise it. Yeah. All right, because 9 times out of 10, my shit's I'm not very educated. My shit, fragment sentences, incorrect spelling, the whole gamma, bro. I fuck all kinds of shit up. And so chat, rewrite this shit for me, please.
Make this shit better. I do that with my notes because I take notes like a 3rd grader on my clients. Yeah. So I take my notes, I plug it in ChatGPT, and I say, make this more professional, clean this up, fill in the spots that I left. And it does a fucking fantastic job.
Well, Zoom now offers note summary. So when I talk to my athletes, it emails me and it emails the notes, everything you need, from bullet points to the main topic to the lessons learned to CTAs that you gave this athlete.
I need to get on that motherfucker.
I'm like, so now I just wait for my notes. Then I put it into chat. Hey, concise it with X, Y, and Z so I can send to my athlete.
Fuck. Do you pay for that?
I guess I do, bro. I pay for a lot of shit that I don't know.
But I pay for Zoom.
I have business suite. I have the business whatever. I pay like $20-something. And so immediately I get an email.
I need to fucking play around with Zoom.
Anyway, so we only know what we know. Right?
I know. We need to hang out more often, bro. All right, last topic, we'll wrap it up. What you gain from what you give up.
What you gain
from what you give up. So it says momentum compounds, which is kind of what we've been talking about. The pain becomes purpose, right? So momentum compounds, meaning if you do, and this I like from James Clear, the Atomic Habits, right? Habit stacking, right? And so, he just said a quote. If you miss a day, it's a mistake. If you miss a second day, you're building a new habit. I'm like, damn. So momentum compounds. So if you wake up early and that was your step 1 to your new goal, what else can we do now that we're up early, right? And so this was when we did our Unconquerable Challenge for January, the 5 a.m. challenge. If you truly wake up at 5 a.m. and you stay awake, there's only healthy things to do. No one's gonna wake up and fucking crush pizza at 5 a.m. No one's gonna watch Netflix at 5 a.m. You're either gonna work out, you're gonna catch up on work, You're going to pray. You're going to dive into your faith.
You're going to clean.
You're going to make a plan. Right? So momentum compounds. I think when you start your day off early, that's the best way to start to make these compound effects. Yeah. That's the best way for you to say, I did this, now let's go do that. And everyone loves a checklist that is completed. Yeah. And so I tell people that all the time, make a checklist and just fucking check shit off every morning, every day, and you will feel 20 times better throughout the day.
I built my entire framework on Elite Mind Athletes, my mental performance group coaching program. I built everything from that book, Atomic Habits. We're going to wake up 30 minutes early and we're going to execute and habit stack a string of 4 habits. That way you get the string of wins. You build momentum to start your day. And at week 1, when my athletes start going into it, I'm like, how do you feel waking up and doing these habits? And they're like, all of them. No, it's not such.
Really?
The answer is, I feel more focused. I feel more consistent. I have more energy. I feel better about myself. And it's all from just learning, because at one point they don't have time for nothing. Yeah. It's because they wake up when they have to wake up when things start. Yeah. So the first thing they do in my program is we have to be able to wake up 30 minutes earlier to stack these little wins. And these are little wins. Yeah. All right. Like, hey, let's wake up. Let's make our bed. Let's read the message of the day. Like, get some good information to you. All right, and then on the way to school, let's listen to a 5-minute podcast. You just stacked 4 things that you normally nobody would be doing. Is you're gaining better information. Man, you fucking made your bed. So when you come home after an exhausting day, your bed's made, dude. Like, awesome. You did that.
It feels better to get into a made bed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it feels way better.
And so the whole point of the program is to them start learning how to wake up a little bit earlier, right? And the power of waking up a little bit early. Because right now we're on like anti-wake up earlier. You can still wake up at 9 and still be a winner. Yeah, cool. But for most people, not the case. Yeah. You have to create, because most people have the number one excuse is, I don't have time. Yeah. So when somebody has that fucking excuse, you can either audit the day and eliminate some things. I believe that's a little bit harder. I'd rather just make up 30 minutes earlier and just do a little bit of habit stacking, build momentum. That's all. I want you to build some momentum, which is proof that you can do what you said you were going to do. Yeah. That's what confidence and belief comes from. All right. So the first level of my program is just all about instilling belief in confidence. We're not doing anything fucking crazy. Like that stuff right there. Oh, that doesn't even seem like it's very powerful. No, we don't understand what the mechanism I'm doing. Because once you get belief and confidence, what the fuck are you gonna do? What else can I do?
What else can I do?
Then the magic starts expanding. Like, let's go. Level 2, now we're gonna stack more shit, right? Because now you have confidence and belief that you can actually get shit done. It feels good.
And so what you gain from what you give up, and what you're giving up is like 30 minutes of sleep. But what did you gain? Or I'm not gonna make my bed, but what did you gain? The confidence and a long day just feels better when it comes to an end when you get into a made bed. And I think a lot of times like people like sleeping in the hotels, or I like going on vacation because the house cleaning crew always cleans your room every fucking day. Yeah. Every time you come home, your bed is made, or it's like untucked. They call it like turn down service, like untucked, like the corners are untucked and like the remote is on the bed. You got a bottle of water on your nightstand and just you're ready for bed, and someone else did it for you. And so everyone's like, I love that. Like, just do it for yourself. Like, make your bed every morning. Like, turn on a lamp, put a bottle of water next to your bed, like before you go to sleep.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I love leading by example, but I don't make my bed.
You don't?
Nope. You know why?
Motherfucker.
Because my wife's still in bed.
Yeah. I make my bed. And you know what's cool is Christy, the girlfriend, does not make her bed. But when she sleeps with me, she always makes the bed. Yeah. And so if I'm out of the bed before her, like, oh, cool, babe, stay in bed. Don't care what you do. But when she gets out of bed, she makes it. If we get out of the bed at the same time, we both make it. And so my bed's always made.
There's a rule in my house. The last one out of the bed makes the bed.
It's a military
and I'm
thing.
never out of the bed.
I'm never the last one out of the bed. Yeah. And so like our bullet points are grit, clarity, focus, and self-respect. And I think the self-respect leads into self-confidence and all these other self-words that it's hard for you to be confident. It's hard for you to have respect for yourself when you always let yourself down. You always let yourself, you always quit. You always give up when things get tough. You always said you were going to do something and you never fucking did it. You lie to yourself all day long. So no wonder you feel like a worthless piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like I would too, because all you do is let yourself down. And I have a buddy right now from high school, and he signed up for coaching a year ago, didn't do anything. When he first signed up, he was 430 pounds. He reached out to me 3 weeks ago and he was 500 pounds. So in the last year, he's gained 70 pounds. And the only reason he reached out to me was because he had this massive back pain issue, and he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him to lose weight. I was like, bro, I've been telling you to lose weight for a year. Like, what was the tipping point with the doctor? And he was like, I don't know if it was the doctor, but it was the whole, my back hurt so bad I was useless because I'm so big that a little bit of pain caused me a lot of hardship, right? And so he was like, it was just kind of scary to see, like, I couldn't help his wife. He loves his wife. He couldn't be active in church. He's very faithful. He's like, 'cause I had this little bit of pain. There was nothing really wrong. There was just some pain. But I was so big that it just flipped a switch. So luckily he got on a GLP-1. But he's 30 pounds down. And I say every day, even while I was on vacation, every day I want you to send me a picture of your watch and show me how many steps you have in. There's no excuses. So you know that you have to track your steps. So I also know you need to know that you need to charge your watch every day, every night. You need to put your watch on the charger so that you can track your steps. And he's like, are you sure you want me to text you when you're on vacation? I'm like, yes, motherfucker, text me every day a picture of your watch. And we were at 6,000 steps and he was crushing it. I was like, cool, do 7. Cool, do 8. Now he's doing 9,000 steps a day when he was doing 2,000 steps a day. And meal plan saying like, hey man, what's easy for you from a breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack standpoint? Like, what do you need? Cool, I'll build it for you, right? And he's like, we played around with milk sources. I was like, bro, get Mootopia chocolate milk. Get fucking Fairlife chocolate milk. It's high protein, it's low sugar, it's low fat, and it's delicious. And he's like, what? I can have chocolate milk? I'm like, yeah, bro. And again, it was just cool to watch him gain this confidence because he's having these daily check boxes of weight's going in the right direction. He's in complete control of his nutrition decisions. He's getting 9,000 steps a day when he was getting 2,000 steps. His confidence, just texting him, has gone through the roof. I put him in a group chat with another gentleman that we have who's 400 plus pounds. And I asked both of them, I said, hey, can I connect y'all? Because I think there's not very many people on this planet who's 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So let me put y'all together and y'all can feed off of one another. And I watch him motivate this other dude. And he's only been on the grind for like 3 weeks. Yeah. And I'm like, how positive is that? Like, how crazy is it for you to just wake up, get some wins, and you're so confident. You just have this overall better viewpoint of your day, respect for yourself, that now that is bleeding into other people. Yeah. It's just so crazy. When you just used to go through the motions. You used to just, I got to go to work. I got to go to church. Now you're motivating other people. That's wild.
You don't have belief. The first thing that you have to do is you have to build belief.
Yeah.
Right. What is confidence? Confidence. You always have to define terms, or else you're not going to know what it actually means. Confidence is the belief that you can get something done. Mm-hmm. All right, so how do you build belief? Well, at the very beginning, you don't have it because you never get anything done. And so what you need to do is create these little small entry-level fees of you doing and you stacking those small wins. Mm-hmm. What is the smallest thing that we can do that can make you feel like you did something that you want, right? And then you start gaining the momentum. Now you're creating belief. Now you're creating confidence. And then you just let that snowball effect go on. Which is really why I don't like 75 hard. I don't like 75 hard because it takes somebody who has zero confidence, zero belief, and most likely there's a 90% fucking failure rate because they haven't built these tools around them to be able to execute. You build those tools as you go, because right now you don't have all the tools that you need to fucking win this thing, right? And so then when you don't win it, now you're like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it, right? No, what's one of these habits that we can do? Right? What's the smallest one that we know have a higher probability of winning? Oh, I did it. Great. A little bit of win, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief. Mm-hmm. Got it. I can do more. Well, let's stack something else. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's slower, but the power of you actually getting there, at the end of the fucking day, What matters is not how fast you get there. Right. What matters is, can you get there? Yeah. Like, would you get mad at me if it took me 20 years to become a millionaire?
No.
You wouldn't be mad at me, right? Like, you wouldn't be mad at me. But some people are going to say, well, it took you 20 years to get there. Well, motherfucker, you've never gotten there, okay? Like, so what does that time frame mean? Even if it took me 50, it doesn't matter. Did I get to go?
Yeah.
Yes. You never got to go.
And no one really ever asks that. Like, if you woke up one day and you're like, I'm a millionaire, very few people would be like, well, how long did it take? Or if you're like, I lost 50 pounds.
No, they'll say that. I'll fight you. You know why? Because they're going to need a reason why they won't do it. Oh, it took you 20. I don't have time for 20.
Yeah.
I don't have time for 20.
They're looking for a reason.
They're looking for a reason. Oh, 10 years?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do 10 years. That's you know what I'm saying? I've been in this career for 30. I'm not going to drop this and do. Well,
I see what you're saying. It is the same thing with like weight loss when people are like, oh, you lost 50 pounds. Or like, what did you have to give up? Oh, you had to give up pizza and alcohol? I can't do that. Like, my family, we do pizza Fridays. Like, I can never give up pizza.
Well, that's why you're going to lose.
That's why you'll always be fucking fat.
Or lose. At whatever you do.
And fat.
Hey, let's wrap it up.
Our closing thing is, you'll never be remembered for the nights that you partied or the foods you've enjoyed, but you will be remembered for the legacy you've built and the promises you kept to yourself. Dang.
With that being said, if you like this episode, found it helpful in any type of way, be sure you like it, you subscribe, and you share it, most importantly, with somebody else. All right, we're trying to get the word out of living a better lifestyle, learning how to progress in your world, and just make the world a better place. That's it. And so don't work to keep up, work to separate.